This has been an extraordinarily difficult time for this entire community, and so many have relied on their faith. Joining me now is Pastor Parker Reardon with the Newtown Bible Church. Thank you so much for coming back and talking to us again. Just listening to that, your heart breaks. What can anyone say to a parent who is feeling a loss this deep?
Well, what I told the folks that were with us this morning is I offered them hope that their children are in heaven with the Lord with absolute assurance.
There is so much that is difficult to understand, and we'll never really understand. Even if we end up finding some motive, you can't understand how someone could do this to classrooms full of little kids. What do you say to people whose faith is challenged, who have these doubts?
Well, it's not quite as surprising that such acts happen because that is the sinfulness of man's heart. It is not an inherent goodness, but an inherent wickedness, and that is why people like this would do such a tragic act.
What would you like to hear from the president tonight? He is someone who sadly has had to do this before, but someone who has also shown in his own heart how deeply he has felt this tragedy here in Newtown.
I wish he would focus more on the issue not being guns, but an issue of the heart of man.
What do you mean by that?
That is what would compel people like murderers to commit acts like what happened on Friday.
How is your community dealing with this, and what have you seen in terms of the coming together of this community?
Well, it's not just been the community, but as we had spoken earlier, people from all over the nation rallying together, seeing how they could help assist in the healing, the hurt.
And you've heard from people not just in this town or in Connecticut.
All over the place.
What are they telling you?
They're praying that the gospel go forth as the church seeks to reach out to those that are hurting in our community.
We are looking now inside what is going on across the street from us at Newtown High School, and there is Governor Dan Malloy, who is talking to some of the people there. We are told that it is at capacity, 900 people, and another 1,200, 1,300 in the gymnasium overflow. About 60%, as far as we've been able to ascertain, are adults, which means 40% of the people in there are children, and some of them have been given by the Red Cross little dogs, little stuffed dogs to take in there with them. How can children feel safe again, do you think? What can parents do to hold them close?
Well, Friday after I heard the events, I ran home to put a suit on for our prayer vigil and hugged my kids and assured my love for them.
And I assume that there were parents, not just here in Newtown, but all over the country, who were doing that and
Just
feeling that as well.
Kids. Yeah.
Well, Pastor, it's good of you to come in and talk with us again tonight.
My privilege.
So thank you so much, and the best to you and your community.
Thank you.
It is a role